Well, we first told you last night how Toledo had lost a radio legend.
Gary Shores died yesterday, about 5 years after Harvey Steele, his co-host of 20 years.
And tonight, Amanda Fay takes a look at how he will be remembered.
K100, good stuff. There's Lori Morgan and Watch Me.
Yeah, I think as strange as it may sound, Gary Shores was my second father.
As the daughter of Harvey J. Steele, Kara Steele knew Gary Shores well. The Shores and Steele show on K100 was the #1 show in the Toledo market for decades. Harvey J. Steele died in 2017. Shores went off the air in 2019, citing pulmonary fibrosis as well as kidney cancer for his departure.
It's just such a huge loss for our community, for the radio world, for me personally, obviously for his children and for his family, but he has definitely made his mark in our community, that's for sure.
The pair teamed up in 1994 and just 2 years later received recognition from the Country Music Association. Shores was also K100's programming director for many years.
Gary hired me in 1985. I was coming from a very tiny market in Iowa.
Wendy Sheridan is now the producer of Good Day on WTOL 11. She credits Shores with teaching her the ins and outs of the business. But what she'll remember most about him is his heart.
What you heard on the radio was the exact same Gary you would see out in public at the grocery store or with people who didn't work in radio at all. He was just a beyond genuinely nice man. He really was.
The thing that I love most about Gary is that he just was so community minded and was just a really good person.
Steele says earning the trust of the, quote, greatest listeners in the world was the biggest honor for the pair, who very well may be back behind the mic together.
Gary and Harvey, as Kara Steele said, are doing morning radio in heaven now.
Amanda Fay, WTOL 11.
We did get a statement today about Gary from R.J. Curtis. He's the executive director of the Country Radio Broadcasters. He said in part, Gary was one of those unique radio personalities and programmers who spent decades at the same station in the same market. And it's something we may not see as much moving forward. He went on to say, I know he will be missed by so many in the community he served. The greater country music community shares this loss and sends condolences to family and friends. Growing up here, I'll tell you what, there have been some that have really stayed top of mind. I remember Steve Mason was one of those DJs in the area who really resonated with a lot of people when I was growing up. And Shores and Steele, you will always for decades hear people talking about them.
Yeah, but he was right. So many people come and go, and to have that team together for so many years and the impact they had on the community, all the good that they did, they are legendary.